We know with every new console, Nintendo's always about innovation. It's never just a new powerful console, even though I kind of just hope they do that. It's always something new to the table, where the Wii had motion controls, the Wii U had off-screen gamepad support, and the Switch, obviously a hybrid console where you could play it at home and also play it on the go. Well, what about Switch 2? If it really is just called the Switch 2 and it's just a more powerful Switch, then what type of crazy gimmick is Nintendo going to have this time? Well, the leaked pictures of Nintendo's Switch 2 itself and the Joy-Con might tell us exactly what's going on, because the Joy-Con has a very unique part of it that makes a lot of people wonder what they could be used for. With lots of people's ideas online and rumors thrown together, I think we know exactly what this new Joy-Con is going to be able to do, which is super crazy. But before we dive into that, I told you guys I would do a dance every single day until Switch 2 comes out if we reach a certain amount of subscribers, and somehow these numbers keep going up. Literally yesterday, 1,100 brand new subscribers came in. I mean, obviously I'm so appreciative, but also I'm true to my word. Here we go. So there's that. Well, if you want me to keep dancing every single day, just keep subscribing, I guess. Let's see how many we could get in today's video. Why did I start this? Okay, anyways, into the content. Apparently, leaked models of the brand new Joy-Con were revealed, and they showcased what seemed to be some type of optical sensor in the middle of the Joy-Con rail. The same type of sensor is used for a computer mouse, which allows you to glide the cursor over the screen and across your desk, and it's something that people started to realize, what if we had a similar function with the Joy-Con where it could be put on its side and used as a mouse? Someone pointed out what looked to be a glide pad on the side of the Joy-Con. We actually know that this is in fact not that. This is how you actually push it into and out of the console itself. A little peg comes out when you push the back trigger button, so that's exactly what that is. We also have a somewhat trusted source on Reddit that was talking about the UI and how it's been accessed, and one of the things that he mentioned is in one screenshot there is a pointer that is being used to select Mario Kart 8, so I assume the Joy-Cons may have pointer controls. Another user on Reddit says Switch firmware updates seem to support some kind of mouse mode. Once again, take it with a grain of salt, and it shows lots of the updates, which seems to be incorporating some type of mouse mode eventually. And then he says, before you say there are clearly just for Switch 1 dev kits, keep in mind that 16.00 released in February 2023 and 19.00 released in October 2024. Those dev kits would have had the functionality ages ago. What this suggests is some new functionality, in line with previous rumors about mouse functionality and scrolling shoulder buttons. One user even showed off what this could look like, where it actually does work with the current Joy-Con. If you put it on its side and actually move it around and just use the trigger buttons to click, it actually works quite well, believe it or not. And if it's too small, I could still definitely see Nintendo selling, or maybe even third-party companies will probably be all over making some type of mouse accessory where you just put the Joy-Con into it and you can just use it as an actual mouse, which is very interesting. Here's a whole concept video of what it could look like from EliMar_TJ on Twitter, where you'd use the left Joy-Con to kind of move around and the right Joy-Con to aim and shoot. And this would work perfect for something like Metroid Prime, where you're able to actually move around with your character and look around the environment in first person thanks to the new mouse function, kind of like PC players in a way. And the more I watched this, I couldn't help but think this could actually be really amazing for a lot of Nintendo IPs, and specifically two that definitely comes to mind as huge upgrades with this new mode. First one would be Splatoon. Splatoon is such a massive shooter right now, and one thing that I think a lot of people would enjoy is quicker and snappier controls, some more aim and click or aim and point controls. This could be huge for the Splatoon community. I could see tons of third-party peripherals to make this work even smoother, but being able to just flick your mouse around and shoot people and just have extremely high sensitivities could work really, really well for the game of Splatoon. As someone that plays all my competitive shooters on PC like Fortnite, Apex, and even Call of Duty, I can confirm that it is a lot easier to aim and click once you get used to those controls. So something similar on Switch that's kind of built into the console could actually be huge, almost like a portable PC in a way. Yes, the skill gap is going to rise significantly, but still, it would be pretty awesome. But even for casual use, it could be pretty daggone massive, like for Mario Maker. Oh my goodness, one of my biggest complaints with Mario Maker 2 is the lack of the Wii U gamepad, because that actually worked so well back then, just being able to draw and do everything on the gamepad, where now it's even clunky to do it on the Switch screen itself, and even worse to do it on the TV. So making levels really just wasn't as fun. Having this ability to just kind of move a cursor around with the Joy-Con like a mouse and just drag and drop and click and place things, it's going to be even better than the Wii U gamepad. Imagine having the Mario Maker asset, the whole engine of the game just running on PC. Could you imagine? I mean, just like making levels will become so smooth and flawless with that. Being able to highlight and select multiple objects or enemies and move them all at once, or just delete them all at once and just move things around so much more cleaner and easier with a whole mouse function could be amazing. And this pointer and click thing could be used for so much, like navigating the eShop or clicking through websites and stuff if there's a proper web browser on the thing this time around, or maybe even if there's a new social media app, which we've heard there is a rumor of something replacing Miiverse. This could be insane to navigate through. I mean, seriously, especially if they have some type of function where it can tell that you're scrolling on the actual trigger button and you could scroll down and up a page. That would be really, really something Nintendo like to do, because you know Nintendo's about innovation. That's pretty daggone innovative. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that there'll be other games to use it like a gimmick. I don't really care too much about that though. For instance, like Mario Party or like a WarioWare game where there's micro games where you pretty much just like use it as a mouse and maybe drag and drop things or something. I could definitely see that happening. There's just certain game modes like that. But what if I told you that this Joy-Con might act as more than just a mouse? There are currently patents out there showing some kind of virtual reality headset or something for a upcoming Nintendo project. Now, once again, some of these patents could actually come into reality of some type of product later on, or they might just be lost in patent universe forever and we never actually get to see what they are. It happens all the time. But we did hear from Nintendo that they were slightly interested in virtual reality. I mean, they've already done that in the past with the Virtual Boy, so it wouldn't surprise me if they tried something like this again in the future. But this is the patent that I found super interesting. It shows a person at a table, and it seems like they're holding one Joy-Con in their right hand, and it's showing some type of projection in the player's left hand and also on the table. This is pretty interesting. It seems like that side sensor will be showing some type of augmented reality on the table and actually in our hands and stuff, which is pretty interesting. Nintendo's messed with AR in the past with like AR cards that would bring characters to life on the table in front of you, but this is a little different. Imagine if we had VR headsets and we were able to play some type of game or something on a table in front of us, and we could use the Joy-Con in order to pick things up off the table in virtual reality and move them, like interact with characters that are moving on the table or move blocks and stuff thanks to this new Joy-Con. That sounds like some serious future tech. I mean, stuff that we've not seen anything like before. This is very Nintendo-like. Personally, I'm just excited to see it used potentially as a mouse. I think that could be a really cool feature, and also maybe even Nintendo could have their own like keyboards that they sell. Could you imagine like having one Joy-Con as the mouse and an actual Nintendo keyboard that you can buy? It would be so awesome. But honestly, that left Joy-Con simply working as a keyboard itself is pretty huge as well, because you have all motions. Instead of hitting WASD to move, you have a whole Joy-Con stick. So I don't know, either way, I think it would work great. But once again, it's just like a big cycle. We keep going through all of these days every single week waiting for some type of reveal from Nintendo just to get nothing but tons of leaks from other companies and just other sources out there. And of course, next week is just going to continue to be the same until Nintendo finally reveals this thing. When will Nintendo reveal it? Well, once again, that's for another video, because there's a lot to talk about as we're getting closer and closer to that guaranteed date of March 31st from Nintendo. We should be expecting something soon. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.